Hi, my name is Ifeama.
Hello, my name is Christy Uzohui.
Well, as it is, I'll say people and the organization basically. I'd say adding to the dynamics between having to get people to be what the organization want them to be, and having to get the organization to be what the people want it to be. It's pretty interesting because there are a lot of factors in between that that has to be aligned here also.
I think the most interesting part of the profession is just interacting with the people, getting to know what they want, and kind of bridging the gap between what the organization expects from them and what they expect from themselves as well. I think one thing that stood out to me was how, did I say demanding it was? I mean, it's a very, it initially looked like a very straightforward profession, but when you get into it, you realize that there are so many intricacies of HR, and it was mind-blowing, I guess, when I started discovering what it is and learning to follow the profession itself.
A whole lot. First is the fact that HR has the authority to determine whatever happens in the organization, right? That's a big. It's slightly correct, but it's oftentimes not very correct, right? Because there are a lot of factors that come in place. That's one. Second misconception would be that the old time HR was just meant to hire and fire. Meanwhile, we don't even have the capacity to do any of those if we are not instructed to it, or if we don't advise accordingly. So, yeah. GNI, DRAO, BNO.
People call you at the oddest times for the oddest things.
Challenges in HR is how dynamic leadership can be, and how what is obtainable today is not obtainable tomorrow within the workplace, and you have to be agile enough to run with it. It's quite challenging because you need to be as creative as possible because you deal with human beings, right? And yeah, basically that's it. I'll say Christy is quite inquisitive, and she's a happy girl, really. She's quite, she wants to know everything, basically. And that's one energy that is needed.
I would say, first of all, it feels very, is it methodological? Methodological. Basically, he's a process person, right? This and this is the process. Yeah, he understands that, sometimes you have to be flexible, but he has a particular pattern of working, which helps actually, especially when you're someone that wants to learn. He's always open to shedding more light, right? I think that's one thing that stood out to me about Ife. He's always willing to shed more light. Like if you want to know, he's willing to let you know. I guess HR deals directly mostly with the individuals, right? You might not have the big bosses dealing on the same level with the employees, but HR deals on that level with the employees. So they would be the ones to actually push, the new normal They'll be the ones to push the new work environment that we have now. Thanks to COVID actually. They'll be the ones to push the future of HR, the future of the workplace. Yes, I think that's what HR can do.
I mean, if you'd ask me, I'd say, don't only bring people to the work, take work to the people, right? So when you take work to people, you're taking it to them based on capacity and competency, and you're giving them a reason to want to do it, right? So yes, no thanks to COVID. Allow people to be in their comfort zone and at the same time be effective, right? Measure performance adequately, and then watch them, perform wonders. So basically. We have a whole lot of HR has a lot of underground energy that is not necessarily out there, and because it is not out there based on the nature of what we do, people don't think we're doing a lot. Right, so they don't see you fighting so hard out there. Meanwhile, we are not meant to fight out so hard out there. We are supposed to fight on the ground, advise accordingly and all. The more people, the earlier people realize this, the better for everyone, and for them to understand that HR is more than what you see every day. There's a whole lot that goes on the ground. So it's like a silent battle that we fight. Unfortunately, the silent battle is not meant for everybody to see. And if you don't know it, you don't appreciate it. Alright, so yeah. Just to let them know that eventually people get to realize the part that you play. Just take solace in the fact that you're doing good as a person, for the organization and for people. People would always want you to be on their own side. The business wants you to be on their side. But if you are still within the profession till date, it means that you are doing good on both sides. Right, so keep the ball rolling.
I'd say, just like Ife said, keep fighting, keep pushing. I think one of our major motivation as HR is watching people's careers grow and watching the organization become that vision or that mission that it started as. So as HR, if your company, if your organization is doing that, you're doing a fantastic job. Keep pushing, keep doing what you have to do, keep following all the principles, come up with your own, explore, and just enjoy the work, I guess. To all our colleagues out there, to all our fellow HR personnel, all our fellow HR officers, we'd like to say have an amazing HR day. Happy International HR Day.
Happy International HR Day.